Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. The glue's set up. Does it work? Yes. I'm not going to pull on it hard enough to break it. I don't want to test it that hard. The next thing to go may be something I don't want to replace as easily. Gorilla Glue is great stuff, but like great stuff, it expands. That means that I have Gorilla Glue coming out of the joint wherever is possible. I have to trim off the excess. Using my jackknife as an improvised scraper, I pull off the extra. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Same thing on this other side. I don't have quite as much extra on this side. I think I would definitely think twice about using Menard's brand of dowels for anything under great stress again. Just not impressed with their ability to take any kind of a load beyond minimum. A little bit of 220 on there. Now we'll put on my gloves, put down some protection on the floor underneath it, and we will apply a liberal coating of Old Sneelock's famous boiled linseed oil, salad dressing, and wood preservative. Beautiful. While I'm waiting for the blow to dry, I'm also going to put on this little bit of leather into the job. I'm going to cut it just a little bit big and then I'll trim it back to size. Could have used a new razor blade about now. Put the rough outside. Put the suede side out. That should give it a little bit more bite. Try and keep the Gorilla Glue off my fingers as much as possible. Gonna put this in there to give it just a little bit of spring. Make sure I push it up all the way around. A couple days ago, Apple Hash mentioned that he couldn't see whether I had a parallel guide on the bottom of the vise leg. As you can see, this is one rather large vise. I copied the design for the parallel guides from this old vise that was in the shed over at the house by Union City. And you can see me using this one in the file cleaning and file sharpening video. It's pretty simple. This one definitely didn't have the handle ever intended to break, but it had another problem. It would shear off the rivet. So I ended up driving a bolt in there to get by one day. That's when I decided I needed to make a new vise, because this one was seeing hard times. Just a simple couple of blocks nailed to both sides of the movable 4x4, and then the other one was fastened to the bench, and there's 2 blocks fastened to the leg. That keeps the jaw from dropping. Had thoughts of taking this one apart to make the one for the new workbench, but I decided this one's been around a long time. At least as long as the barn was that it was in, and that was built in 1911. And well, it's old and it's beat up, but I'm not going to toss it because it has history. So this one will go back into the storeroom in case I need it someday. And this one gets hooked back up to the bench. I have this wood block that's just basically a piece of scrap, and with it I can set the vise to go for a 3/4 inch piece or a piece of 2x4, because this is about 1.5 inches. With the leather glue down there, it's got a pretty good grip. Hopefully, no more issues with the vise. With that taken care of, I can get back to the original concept, which was to make the sawtill. If you have any questions about blow, you can contact Louis McNeely. He's the North American representative for Old Sneelock's salad dressing, spaghetti sauce, and wood preservative. Or you can contact David Chadwick. He's our representative in the UK or all points east. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching. And good idea, David.